Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Julie Grimes from Jaguar White Recruitment, and I'm joined today by the lovely Ali Lewin. Now, we're actually doing a series of videos to help the unemployment out there, or the employment that's just a bit uncertain about the future. It's the series of Increase Your Employability, and it's a duo with inspirational businesswomen that I've met over the years, and I feel that they can add something. They've got experts in their field, and they can add something for anyone that's maybe been furloughed, that's just anxious about the future, maybe it's difficulty with getting video on screen for interviews right now, but it's all the common themes all around careers and the future. And we feel that we could give some help and advice to support you in these uncertain times. So without further delay, I'd like to talk to you about Ali Lewin. Ali Lewin's a personal development coach, and she deals with lots of things, but today we're going to talk around anxiety and confidence, and she can help people who maybe feel stuck, want to change direction, or just looking at their career outside of their normal day-to-day, but feeling like they're not sure what to do. So without further delay, Ali, I'd like to introduce you. If you could tell everybody what you do and how amazing you are and how passionate you are about it, that would be great. Ali, over to you.
Thank you, Julie. Yeah, my name is Ali Lewin, and my company is called Act On It. And the name was kind of born out of thinking about when you've got a problem, what do? You dwell on it. So I wanted to go the opposite way and think, no, I want people to take action and act on it. And that's kind of where the name comes from. And as you said, I'm a personal development coach. I coach people on many aspects of the life, but today we're going to concentrate on the kind of confidence growing, stepping outside of your comfort zone and getting rid of those limiting beliefs that you may hold about yourself, and certainly how to diminish the anxiety that builds up. You know, in this, you talked about being stuck, and that throws up many things. And, you know, I was thinking about this, and the lockdown situation is not about being stuck at home. It's about being stuck in your head. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, I think, are going to be in this period. Maybe they have been furloughed, and maybe that's thrown up an anxious time. How I would like to look at it is this presents an amazing opportunity for people to rethink going forward, coming out of the lockdown situation, exactly what they want to do with their life. So maybe they've had a dream job that they've always hankered after and have never really had the time to think about it or the knowledge of how to move forward. That's the type of thing that I can help with. Maybe it's centered around anxiety about actually stepping out of their comfort zone and making that change. And that's something that I can help people deal with. So in terms of their employability, it's giving them the confidence to actually go for what they really want to do. And there's no better time than now.
Perfect. And having some tools to be able to get there. Yes. Because as you said, sometimes you just don't know where to turn. Your company name, by the way, is amazing. Act On It. It's so positive, and we need lots of positive mental, well, you have to have a positive mental attitude. We need to have lots of positivity in the world right now. And I think, you know, we can help people by just, even if they're just listening, maybe spare them on, you know, get them off the sofa, get them onto the computer, Googling how they can help. And there are lots of advice out there at the moment. So, you know, please do take some steps and act on it. So, Ali, who are you helping at the moment? You know, an example of maybe somebody that you've turned around and, you know, really made a difference to.
Yeah, so ongoing clients, I'm actually doing quite a bit of career coaching at the moment for this very reason. Yeah, and I've got some fantastic people out there who have realised that they're not in the wrong job, but they've spent too much time doing something to pay the bills, and that basically at the age of maybe 30 something, even 40 something, they want to go for their dreams. And this is a really exciting journey that I'm embarking on with these people. You know, everybody has got the resources within themselves, and my job as a coach is to help them realise that. Yes. So as a coach, we don't give advice, but what we do is ask very powerful questions and get people to dig deep so that they have this kind of light bulb moment of, you know, actually I could do that. And it's about getting people to realize their own potential. And so a couple of people that I'm helping at the moment, I'm on a fantastic journey with one particular lady, and you know, this is so exciting because she's about to turn her life around, and it's really gratifying to know that you've kind of been the mentor along the way with this. Other people I've actually coached, and this was wonderful. I coached a lady who had been in her job for 12 years, I think it was, around the 12 to 13 years mark, and then suddenly had a confidence crisis about could she really actually do this job. It was kind of this imposter syndrome that had taken over her head. So I worked very successfully with her because she had to give a presentation, and working through it with her, she suddenly came to grips with the skill set that she had, that she thought she'd lost along the way. And the email that I got off her was just fantastic, because she had to go on a stage in front of a couple of hundred people and present a project that she'd been implementing. And the text I got off her, the email I got off her was, "I don't know what you did, but you're a witch," and I nailed it. And that for me was just fantastic. And that was all about giving her strategies to cope, strategies that built on her own confidence, self-belief that she'd been doing this job for a long, long time, and, you know, she knew it. She just lost her way, and that was really gratifying. So sometimes it's not always about changing career, it's about adapting and falling back in love with the career that you've got, and realizing why you chose it in the first place.
And I'm sure she's one of these sort of really successful, experienced ladies. And you know, it's weird, is that you just sometimes you do lose your way, and it's really nice to be able to reach out and get that help and not feel embarrassed just because you are experienced. You've got all, you know, these years behind you. So it just proves that you can make a big difference to anybody, you know, whatever stage they're at. I think one thing that struck me about you when I first met you, Ali, was the fact that you were quite passionate and strong and clear about the fact that you listen rather than tell, and I think that's really important. Is that one of the things that makes you different to other sort of personal development coaches? Or because there's obviously a lot of people out there that want to help at the moment.
Truthfully, I would hope not, because that's a fundamental part of the job as a coach. So truthfully, I would hope not. Listening is a skill. Not everybody can do it. And it's about looking at cues that people are giving you, and it's about listening to what's not being said as well, and being able to help people unlock what it is they really want to say, but they somehow can't verbalize it. And that is a big part of the job, because sometimes people have that light bulb moment or that realization when they own it, when they've got it out. It's a huge relief. And that sometimes can make people feel so much better that they've verbalized something. Now they can take ownership of it. And sometimes it helps diffuse the kind of power that had over their head, because it's now out in the open. So that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And you know, it's a skill that I've had to work on. And I think because I trained as an actress as well, a fundamental part of being an actor is listening and reacting. So I would say I'm very lucky, but I've worked hard at honing that skill.
Yeah, I can really visualize how that would work. And over the last few weeks in lockdown, you know, I've had to be sort of creative, think outside the box as well, and sort of think, okay, what am I going to do now? And you know, with the sort of CV reviews that I'm doing and interview coaching, which are going to be advertised to help people, I think that it does make you feel you've put yourself out there, you can do it, and you've pushed yourself forward. You've got all these expert skills, and in fact, I'm just thinking through my mind all the people that are on the course, you know, that I'm going to be pushing your way to do yours next week, because there's a lot of sort of nervousness around going for it. I'm giving him the tools to write a great CV, giving them the tools to perform an interview, but they've got to go through that stage as well of, you know, getting rid of those nerves and anxiety that goes deeper than what I actually can give. So
Yes.
what are you're doing some courses, webinars? Tell us a bit about what you're carrying out at the moment.
So actually from the first week in June, I'm going to be running a series of webinars. I've got one called Coping Strategies for Anxiety, which gives you some really useful tips. Can I just say one thing about my webinars as well? You do walk away with strategies. You know, it's kind of a workshop. So you join the webinar, but you will get exercises to do and fundamental skills to take away with you that you will have learned on the webinar, but will be so much use to you in the future. So it's not just me talking at you. They are kind of interactive in a way that it's a personal journey, and you will get, you know, strategies to cope. So I've got strategies for coping with anxiety. I'm running a webinar called Becoming Your Own Best Friend. And I find that really powerful because we quite often have a fantastic relationship with our best friend, but not with ourselves.
Yeah.
And we do everything for that other person. So it's about transcending all of those skills that we use with those people that we love and bringing them to ourselves. I'm also running a webinar called Confidence for Beginners. So that's kind of expanding your comfort zone, which can be quite uncomfortable. So it's about that and how to learn to expand your comfort zone and get on that ladder of learning about yourself and about what your potential is. And then my final one is be your own life coach.
Oh.
So it's strategies to help you on your journey for whatever you want to do. So just tips, you know, top tips, that kind of thing.
Sure.
So that, you know, there's a plethora of information out there. And I'm just going to give you some of the tools and tips that you can work on yourself.
Perfect. Wow, that sounds like lots of tools. And how often are you going to be running these?
So I'm going to be running starting from the 2nd of June, which I think is the Tuesday. There are actually 4 a day, so you can dip in and out. So, you know, obviously you don't have to do, but what I've done is rotated the times as well to see what works for people.
Yes.
So, for example, coping strategies might be on 11 o'clock in the morning, and then the following day might be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you can't catch 11, you might be able to.
Yeah, great.
And then I might repeat it at 4 and then repeat at 7 and things like that. So at the moment, they're just on a repeat loop, starting from that first week in June.
Perfect. And what's the cost involved to get your expertise advice?
Yeah, so to join the webinar is £15. It's an hour long, and as I say, you're going to walk away with a lot of strategies, and you're going to have worked through it. It's not just a case of me talking at at the group. You log on without the video, so you've got the comfort of that. So you're working in the safe environment of your own space, as long as you bring a notebook and pen and an open mind. Basically, is the other thing that I want people to bring to the webinar. And then we will work through exercises, and you don't have to share them with the group. So the confidence that you'll gain from this is working on your own. It's like having a one-to-one session with me. I'm reaching out to as many people as I can through the webinar, but it will be like your own personal journey. And I think that's the beauty of it. So each seminar will be £15. To be honest, if you book through Eventbrite, it will be, they have a £1.50 ticket price on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a really secure environment as well, especially with the subject that you're talking about. So what a great way to get some advice. So we are going to put the information under the post so that you can link in with Ali, ask her any questions, book on her courses. I think the interactive side is definitely what I do in my live webinars as well. Get people involved, ask them questions, get them to do a little quiz, and like you said, sort of take away something that they can fundamentally use. It is going to be life-changing. It doesn't matter how small it is, and if they're unsure, they can always come back and ask. So
Yes.
Perfect. Is there anything else you'd want to ask? I think we've covered quite a bit. Is there anything else you'd want to say apart from
Well,
get booked on?
I've got some tips of what not to do.
Oh, perfect.
So when you're kind of in that moment of either feeling stuck, anxious, or whatever, the one thing I would say is that I said right at the beginning is don't dwell on it.
Yeah.
Now, the longer you dwell on something like anxiety, has a detrimental effect in the long time and could ultimately lead to depression.
Yeah.
So my tip on the opposite side of that would obviously be act on it, but would be to tackle it head on.
Yeah.
And take away the power that the anxiety has the hold on you. So what not to do is dwell on it first and foremost. And what not to do is give power to those inner voices that are very negative in your own head.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the tips that I give you are to take away the power of those voices, diffuse power that they have over you, diffuse kind of what they're saying to you. And another thing is a really good top tip, and I found this right at the beginning, and I did a video on this right at the beginning of lockdown. Stop comparing yourself to other people and what they are doing right at this moment. Because I personally got frustrated in the first fortnight of lockdown, and I saw all these people on TikTok and online, and they were all doing these super creative things, and I started to feel anxious about what am I doing. And so I really had to sit down and dig deep, and I thought, actually no, I'm okay. Mm-hmm. Because I'm using this time as a period of being reflective on how I want to move forward, and I don't necessarily need to be on Facebook every 5 minutes wearing a silly hat and doing a dance. That's somebody else's way of coping.
Yes.
And although you see 5 minutes of fun, you don't know what's behind that. So stop comparing yourself to other people right at this moment, and what other people are doing is a top tip.
That sounds perfect. I was just looking for a book that somebody recommended to me, which I think would really help, and it's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel somebody. I can't remember the name of it, but look it up. It's the 5-second rule, and basically it changes your mindset, like with the words coming to your head, the negative words, sort of kind of go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a 5-second rule. Do it. So instead of wondering whether you should book on the course, they should just do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, book on it, put yourself out the comfort zone and see what happens. You've got nothing to lose. But it's really quite a powerful basic thing. And yeah, I thought it quite good. I'm going to put that at the bottom of the post when I remember her surname. So, well, I think anyone out there that's feeling a little bit, uncertain, anxious, worried, really sad, should really try and book on your courses. I don't think there's anything to lose, and you never know, it could be quite life-changing. So I highly recommend, Ali. Thank you so much, Ali, for joining us today and sharing all your tips. I know that it's going to help people, and I'm going to put your details under the post. So hopefully you'll have lots of people coming into your webinars, and I'll hope to speak to you really soon. I know you've got a busy day, so I'm going to let you shoot off.
Thank you so much for your time, Julie, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Ali. Bye-bye for now.
Bye. Bye.